Hi, I'm Gail and welcome back to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com. Today we're going to make a low-carb veggie dish, and it's going to be green bean bundles. So we're going to take some green beans, fresh green beans out of the garden, and we're going to take some zucchini and we're going to put them together and make a nice vegetable. So let's get started. So the first thing I've done is, a friend of mine has a garden and he had some lovely green beans and yellow beans, so I've taken them. I keep the tips on. There is nothing wrong with the tips. You can take them off if you'd like, but I keep them because I think they have the flavor of the bean, but I just snap off the bottoms. So what I've done is I've taken 8 bean sprouts and put them in little piles, yellow and green, and the carb count is not much difference between the yellow and green, so I've just mixed it up to give it a little bit of color. So now I have my fresh zucchini and I'm just going to peel off strips just to make it a little colorful. And one more. There we go. We'll set that aside. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to, it doesn't matter what size you do it, so I'm just going to take approximately 1 inch. And what I want to do, there's different options. I have a apple core, so I'm just going to put it into the center and I'm going to make it like a donut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of zucchini and I'm going to put my beans through it. Now you have options. It just depends on your size, but you can take and use your knife and leave enough on there so that it will hold the beans together. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my beans and I'm going to slide it through, just to give it something different at your dinner table, which is kind of awesome. So I'm going to work on putting them all together, and this time I'm just going to use my knife and just show you that it can be done with the knife. Probably easier than the other. Now if you're needing a smaller hole, then it would work better. So just between the two of them you can use them both. And then the pieces that I'm taking out of the zucchini, I just throw them in salads, and it's just as good that way also. Then we're going to just take our beans again and put them through. And it's cute. Very, very cute. So now what we want to do is we want to steam our green beans and our zucchini. So I have a steamer here, but if you don't have a steamer, if you have a little steaming colander, you can get them at the dollar store for $1. And what you use is your pot, put 1 inch of water in the bottom, sit this on the bottom, and then put your beans on top, and then you can let it steam. But because I have a steamer, I just use it all the time. I like to put them in the steamer. So we're going to put them in the steamer, and I'm going to put them on for approximately 10 minutes. We still want to have them crispy, but not too crispy. So we're going to just put the lid on, and then I'm going to put the timer on for 10 minutes. And then once that's done, we'll work on the rest of the recipe while that is steaming. Now we're going to make just a little mixture that we can drizzle on top of the beans and zucchini when it's done. So I've got 4 teaspoons of olive oil, 1 clove of crushed garlic. Now you can, if you have a garlic crusher, that's awesome. It's nice and quick. And if you don't, you just chop up your garlic into small pieces. And I have 1/4 teaspoon of tarragon. Now, I usually use dry tarragon, but I don't have any left and I have fresh. So we are going to use fresh here. It's got a lovely smell. It's like a licorice. Really, really like that smell. So we're going to put this on the stove and we're going to saute the tarragon and the garlic for approximately a minute. So just saute it for about a minute just so that it can get the flavors out of the garlic and the tarragon, which I think we're ready. Now I've got my beans and zucchini in little separate dishes, and you can see they're still a little warm here. It's flimsy, but it's just a pretty presentation that you can have on your plate. And you can also use yellow squash if you'd like. Now I'm just going to drizzle the oil and garlic on top. I'm just going to do these 3 so you can see. And then we're going to add some salt and pepper. Some salt. Some pepper. And there is our vegetables for our dinner. So we'll just cut up some of these beans, just with this little wee bit of drizzling of the garlic and the tarragon and the oil and the salt and pepper. Just gives it a little bit of extra flavor. It's nice. If anything, it's more the presentation to put on your plate. We're always trying to eat low carb. This is a very nice recipe or vegetable to have as low carb. So if you would like to go to lowcarbrecipe.com and check out this recipe and others, I'm sure you'll enjoy a lot more that I have on my site. So you take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.